This is my experience at St. James Sag Church, also known as Monk's Castle in Lemont, Illinois, the outskirts. Also located in the Palos Willow Springs Forest Reserve area. I went to St. James to discuss adult baptism with someone in charge or the priest there. No one was there except a groundskeeper or someone raking the garden area. I approached him and said I approached him and asked him when would be a good time to show up, when people would be here other than Mass. He gave me a response or two and then quickly got in my face, shouting, growling, with snot coming down his nose on cue and covering his upper lip. In a somewhat stretched out and what would be considered a possible evil voice, the man said, "Don't you know that this is a traveling church?" I was not aware. At the time, I did not know exactly what he meant, but it appeared that some type of demon had traveled and got into this man. I politely said goodbye and made my way to my vehicle and went home. That night, I had a very realistic dream where I was fighting a person and they kept getting up and I kept knocking him down. They kept getting up. And this person was saying that my mother is a whore. I didn't take it personal. I didn't know who this person was. I don't know why this was happening in this dream. And then I wake up and I'm covered in scratches and I show my family members and I try to recreate these scratches, which I could not do. I even did it about as hard as I could, considering I would be in bed with no sharp objects or anything to rub up against me to give me as many scratches as I got. I don't know if these scratches came from the man. I don't know if the scratches came from the grounds because the church area in the graveyard is said to be harmful or in some type of spiritual disrepair because of rituals and abuse and ghostly apparitions that appear in the area. Probably on a pile of bones from the German people and some of the other cultures that built the I&M Canal. I found out later what this guy was speaking about. He was saying that the church is the whore. And to back this up, I'll take a piece of drama and movie history from the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze was talking to the bouncers and people he was now managing. He was the cooler, kept everything nice and happy where he worked. One of the bigger angry bouncers said, "If we're supposed to be polite, how are we going to be able to get him out?" And Patrick Swayze gives an answer. And one of the other bouncers says, "What if one of these people calls my mother a whore?" And Patrick Swayze says, "Is she?" Which is a little funny joke. But what he was really saying for the Catholic audience was IHS on the cross, is she. That's my St. James Sag Monk's Castle story.